What I like about the teaching style is that you focus on skills rather than grades to make sure that you have the skills and are prepared. And also I like that you simulate what a real studio is like with dailies and things like that.
Teaching style was really cool. I enjoyed that the teachers that we had were from actual real-life productions. So they were coming to you and they were giving beneficial skills and lessons that you would need to actually fit into the workplace.
My thoughts on the teaching style is that I like that there are no grades. Instead, you got your rubrics and that need to be signed. And you know what you have to do and what skills you need to have by the end of the term. So you just go at it. It's simple and it works.
I thrived in it. It spoke to me. I don't know. It was an environment that worked for me. When I had questions, I was able to get the answers I needed. Maybe I just take school easier, or I don't know what it is, but I just thought everything about doing this course was in my wheelhouse, sort of thing.
So I would say there are 3 things that I find to be useful basically daily to this day. One of them is pretty obvious. It's just knowing the software that you have to work with. The second thing is that I get, I don't want to say praise, but sometimes people give me positive feedback, and it's in the way that I work. And I'm told that I work fast in comparison to other people. And I think that comes from you and the environment that you have, where we have to balance so many things all the time, and we have deadlines, so we kind of get used to the actual working pace instead of just getting a shot and then, noodling with it for however long. And then the third thing that, again, I feel like I use more or less daily is the lesson that there's no problem that you cannot solve. And there's always a place where the answer exists. So even if I don't know something, I'm actually way better now at using my resources than I would have been like 5 years ago, let's say.
I found the teaching side really customized about your needs and what you were expecting from a school. And I found that unique, really, really unique, because all the teachers were really interested in what you were actually looking for, and not just a generic teaching about this kind of environment. It was really focused on what your needs were.
My thoughts on the teaching style is that one-on-one is a really great way of learning because you get all this extra knowledge from being able to pick someone's brain. And when you're learning with a team, you get to take those skills on to the studio and you're already prepared for studio life.
I think the most important thing that I learned from CG Masters was to just do your notes, do only your notes, and try not to take things too personally, because there's, I'm making something, I'm making a piece of art here, but again, it's not my art, it's somebody else's vision, it's something else that somebody else wants, and a lot of times you're not going to totally nail that, but CG Masters really taught me that that's okay, that you're not going to nail that on the first try, and that you'll just go back, you'll do it, you'll just do exactly what they want, don't do anything else, and it's a process that works. It'll get you to where you need to go. It'll get you delivered. It'll get you delivered hopefully on time. And yeah, it's something that's really stuck with me. It's do your notes and do only your notes.
I think it's really good. I really like the fact that the first term we do a personal project, so we get a taste of every department, and how we also went on set to learn how even data and site survey happens. And the second term also is nice to collaborate with students from the third term, senior students. So it's a very nice style of trying to learn in your own department things that we like the most, and also having to do things that we don't like as much, but that are useful to understand what other department has to go through. So I think it's just the fact that it's like a real studio environment.
The teaching style is very grounded. I think the fact that when we go through classes every day, and we learn a lot and we do lots of assignments, but also we get help and advice on how we are problem solving our assignments for creating, like, say, for example, assets, or tackling a shot in our current projects.
I really liked the teaching style and how what you learned could apply to the projects you worked on, or what you were learning was relevant to what you were doing. So it was kind of like what you took, you could also apply later, which helps cement those ideas.
In my opinion, there is no better way to teach CG, because it's a lot more focused on actual skills.